Hey guys, and welcome back to another thrilling episode. And today what I've got to show you is the J-Class's progress. The J-Class locomotive, the last time you saw him was a fair bit away, and I'm sorry for not uploading for quite some time. I was supposed to upload at least a week ago, I'd assume. Maybe a little bit less than a week away. Yeah, but it's because I had some trouble with my storage. My iPad storage is just not going good at all. I don't even know if I'll be able to upload this video. But if it goes to YouTube, then yay, that'll be good. So you may not notice some differences on the J-Class, but believe it or not, there is. The first one is the window factor is finished. There is no unfinished stuff there, all finished. Second, there's a piping that stretches across. And third, did you see that actual detail there? Also added that in as well as getting rid of that gap. There's no gap there. Getting rid of some gaps there. And the best of all, this piping bit is actually tilted down towards the piston. So it actually lines up with the model, which is great. And the big difference that you probably noticed is there's a tender beside the J-Class. That's right, I did a time-lapse of building that tender. It was probably the first thing you saw before you entered this video. So, the tender is the main focus on this video. So let's get to the tender, shall we now? Okie dokies. Here we go. We got the tender right there. As you can see, the tender is quite nice, I reckon. And you may see some gaps there. Eventually those gaps will disappear, but just because we didn't have those pieces at the moment, there will be gaps there, unfortunately. As you can see, the bricks themselves already outlining what kind of brick would be there. The J-Class looks quite nice indeed with his brand new tender. This tender is actually meant for the J-Class. It is not stolen from A2986, that's why the J-Class had a tender before, because we stole that tender. And then we did a time-lapse of me building this tender. It was quite fun indeed. Now you may be thinking, why are there gaps? And why are these random clips? Well, these random clips are actually not random. The clips are going to attach piping. There's going to be a bar going across there, or going up, and also this piece will be taken out and there'll be a connection piece or a clip piece, like one of those fold clips, and then you'll be able to attach buffers. But if you didn't have that piece, there unfortunately is going to be no buffers on the J-Class straight away. One of the things that stands out the most with this tender is the fact that they've got little grey circles. So it actually gives it a really nice colour. It gives us some more colour, yeah. Definitely looks better. Definitely looks good as well. And yeah, this tender is fully operational. Hopefully the tender won't derail, because this is the first time testing it on the tracks, so we'll see. As you can see, perfect. So, the tender works just fine, which is wonderful. So, yeah, definitely really good. Now, we got some piping. So we kind of fixed a little bit of piping issues, except we do need thin piping, so we can actually get all the piping done on the J, since there are some exceptions where that thick piping just cannot be used. The examples at the bottom, you can't really see, but there's going to be a piping that's going to stretch, go in the middle, go through that, and then bend down. You can't do that with thick piping. It won't go through that tiny little gap. So you need thin piping. As you can see, that one's thin, that one's thick. So there is a difference. Now let's go towards the front of the locomotive. and check out that new angled piece. There wasn't any number plate on him, was there? But you've probably seen that on the train video. Yeah, but it's J536 now, which is the number that was going on the J in the first place. Let's get rid of that little hair. And as you can see, they are indeed tilted. And they are just pushed back a tiny bit, so now they line up, which is so good. So you actually have them lining up a little bit more better with that piston there. So definitely happy about that. So this tender is an oil tender. So that's why there is no place where you can scoop out anything and put it into the file. I wonder if it was there, but I'm a little bit confused on how that oil would get there. Is there like an automatic oil thing that, like sometimes with the big steam locomotives like Big Boy, when there's like an automatic shovel coal thing? Like, I wonder if that's there or not. I don't know, I don't quite know how oil burners quite work. Quite an interesting subject indeed. But yeah, that's why there was no gap there. And yeah, it's quite nice. I think it's a decent height towards the J. Might be just a tiny bit too tall, but I think it's okay. And we got all those tiles, we go get the roof, and all that good stuff. Definitely is a nice looking tender. So there we go. J-Class now on the railway will officially have its own tender, which is great. So this locomotive will not be a stray engine without its own tender, which is great. So yeah, there you have it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little review of basically the progress of the J. And by the way, don't want to spoil this, but there is a future train coming. Yeah, it's also pretty similar to the J-Class. So if you know your Victorian railway trains, you should probably know what train looks very similar to the J, but just a tiny bit different. The J was used to replace that certain train. Well, I guess you just have to stay tuned, and also, it could even be a different colour other than just black and red. There's also another hint to what kind of train it is. It's a steam locomotive, by the way, otherwise it would be not similar to the J at all, because they are steam locos. And I like to build steam locos more than diesels because they're a lot more fun and look cool, much better. So yeah, there you have it, and there's a little secret that is in a future build. When I will build it, I don't know exactly, but it may come soon, so stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Bye!